Hello, this video shows WRM running on an example. WRM is an algorithm for ship weather routing. It searches an optimized route for a ship to go from a point to another within a given time period, taking into account the effect of environmental factors on the progression of the ship. These factors are the wind and the waves. You can see in the small windows on the right the polars that represent the speed on ground of the vessel depending on the power level of the engine and on the speed and direction of the wind. The various curves correspond to various power level of the engine. The objective of WRM is to minimize the total cost of the journey. This cost corresponds mainly to the fuel oil consumption, but it can also include penalties for crossing certain areas or for encountering bad weather conditions. The routes are defined as series of legs, assuming that on each leg the vessel follows a direct route at constant engine power level. The fuel oil consumption depends on the power level. The time required to cover a leg depends on the engine power level and on the environmental factors. For example, with a strong headwind, the vessel will go slowly. Note that the power level of the engine can be different on each leg, which is represented on the drawing by different colors. Violet means a high power level, while blue color corresponds to a low power level. WRM searches a route solving a series of simplified versions of the problem, which are generated at random. As the search progresses, WRM focuses more and more on the regions of the search space in which the best routes have been discovered so far. We can consider two phases in the algorithm. In the first phase, instances of the problem are generated without any restriction. The potential waypoints can be almost anywhere in the ocean, and values for the power levels are taken in a finite predefined set. This is the case at the moment. Here are the potential legs between the waypoints. To solve such an instance, dated costs are propagated through the graph, considering the various values for the power level. Okay. In the second phase, the generation takes into account the best routes discovered so far in terms of the positions of the waypoints as well as in terms of dates or engine power levels. As the search progresses, the parameters used to generate the simplified versions of the problem are strengthened so as to reduce the area in which the positions of the points are chosen. You can see that on the drawing, on the animation, and also to reduce the range in which the values of the power level are taken. This means that when we generate an instance in this region, the potential values for the power level are high. In this region, the potential values for the power level are low. The aim is to focus the search around the best routes discovered during the search. The algorithm stops after a given number of runs. In this example, it was 100 runs, perhaps 20 for the first phase and 80 for the second phase. We can play the film of the journey. The vessel starts from Marseille on March 16 at 10 a.m. and it arrives in Cyprus on 21 March. Thank you.